Welcome to Quarantine Cooking with Amanda. Tonight we are going to take our kombucha we have already made and we are going to put it in a bottle. It's going to be super fun. Okay, this is actually super easy. So what we're doing right now is we're taking our kombucha, which we have already made. This kombucha is your first ferment. So you take your sweet tea, you put your SCOBY in, and if you missed that, go back and watch the first video. You put your SCOBY in and it ferments. So the bacteria is eating the yeast and fermenting the tea. But you know when you buy a kombucha at the store and you open it and there's a little bit of carbonation? We're getting there. That's what we're going to do now. That's what the second ferment does. So our first step is we're going to bottle it. So you can even see here, I'm going to stick my knife in here and pull out the SCOBY. So the SCOBY, the symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast, forms this gelatinous, rubbery texture, I don't even know, and it forms in the shape of a circle because it comes up to the top and as it grows and produces a baby, which is a new layer, it spreads out to the surface however big your jar is. One of the benefits of this is that the SCOBY is a natural defense against air, but you still put the muslin cloth or cheesecloth on top. Okay, so I took out my SCOBY because we don't really want that in our bottles, even though you could grow a new one in your bottle. So your first ferment is just plain sweet tea. The second ferment is the fun part where you flavor your tea. So we bought a bunch of mangoes from our place Free by Produce, and so we're gonna make mango kombucha. All right, so let me show you a really easy way to cut mangoes. We're gonna take our beautiful little yellow mango, cut it down each side. You're gonna cut down around the seed. Don't mind the dogs. And then you can use a glass. In this case, we're gonna use my Ninja blender because we're gonna puree the fruit with some water and some sugar. So you put the edge of your mango on the edge of your glass, run it down the side, bam. Mango. All right. So when you do your second ferment, you're not only flavoring the tea, but you still have to feed your SCOBY, so it has to be sweet. So let's do 2 mangoes. So we're going to do a fruit. You can do anything. You can do fruit. You can do tea. I suppose you could do kale, but let's not get too crazy. So what was I saying? Oh. If you use a juice or puree your whole fruit, it will work better than if you just put the whole chunk of fruit in your kombucha, which I learned the hard way. All right, so we're gonna cut open our second mango, and we're gonna take it, and oh, it's just so good. Yum. I really love ginger. I almost always put ginger in all of my kombucha, but we have mangoes, so we're making mango flavored kombucha. Okay. Get our fruit in the blender. So I didn't used to really put a lot of fruit puree in my second ferment, but my friend Ashley, who's an awesome fermenter, puts a lot, so I'm going to. All right, I'm gonna get a napkin. It's just so good, and it's so affordable to make at home. So we still need to feed our SCOBY. So I'm gonna put some sugar, white sugar. It's important. Don't get all fancy. White sugar. Your SCOBY likes to just eat the Okay, I put a lot. It's fine. My SCOBY's hungry. So I'm gonna go get the lid for my blender and I'm gonna puree this up real quick. Real quick. So you can get your pen and paper and take some notes. Cover your ears. All right. So just like that, real quick, we have blended up our mango with some water and sugar, and I have this yummy puree. All right, so the next step is to take your bottles, and I'll share links for these too. I'm writing a blog, which is almost done, so you can get these online. So swing top Grolsch bottle. The swing top is important. You can't just put your second ferment into something like our big jug. You need to put it under pressure, and that's what these swing top bottles do. Like that. So now, as your second ferment happens and the yeast eats the sugar and flavors the tea, it's under pressure, which is where you get the carbonation. So I have a few bottles here. I might not have enough bottles, but I need to wash bottles. So that's gonna be my next super fun video. Okay. I usually do this over the sink, but there's bad lighting over there. So this is that much better. So I'm gonna put a funnel, very important. Let's put like, I don't know, 3 tablespoons. And you can't go wrong. You're not gonna mess it up. It's totally fine. Put it in there, 3 tablespoons maybe. You can measure it if you want. I just kind of guess. And I missed a chunk, so it's not going in. Okay, yeah. I always make a mess. Probably should, oh, I have it. Okay, so my funnel's getting clogged. All right, I can't see your comments because I have my camera turned around so you don't see things backwards. All right, so you can buy these bottles online or you can just drink beer and save the bottles. It's up to you. You can even get big ones. These are just, I don't know, normal size bottles, but you can get bigger ones. Maybe you just don't want to go through bottling all of the different bottles. I like to do this so that way I have single servings ready to go. Plus I just don't have any big bottles. And I'm just gonna put the rest of this puree between all of the bottles. All right, so we are almost done. We're getting to the end here. So now, this is the part that gets messy, so you may laugh at me at home. That's fine. So we're gonna take our jar of tea, which would be smart if I poured this into, say, I don't know, something smaller, which is what I'm going to do. So I tasted this and it was kind of sweet, but not too much. So I just got real smart. I put it into something a little bit more manageable. So now you're gonna fill up your bottles. And if you look closely, you'll see there's a hole right there. And you wanna fill it up, just go maybe a little bit low, maybe here, not too high. We don't wanna get crazy. All right, we're gonna fill it up. Oh, and see, I filled it up too much. So just drink some. And this is why I put the fruit puree in first, because I would tend to fill them up and then not have enough room to put enough fruit to get a strong enough flavor. That's it. So this is gonna sit on the counter. I mean, we're in Florida, so it doesn't take very long, maybe 2 days. And you can burp it. So if we were somewhere colder and it was cold outside, it would take this a long time to ferment. But here in Florida, with it so warm, this could be done in 2 days. So when you burp your kombucha, you'll just set it on the counter, wherever, or in your pantry. You want to, I always do this in the sink, always, always. So if the sink was here, I would put it down, facing the sink, hold my finger over the top, and then slowly release the swing top. Slowly, slowly, because it's gonna be under pressure. So if you forget about it and let it brew too long, say 4 or 5 days, you could literally have kombucha on your ceiling. I'm just giving you a little word of wisdom from that. And that's a mess. And it's not fun. So we're gonna fill up all of our bottles. Now I'm probably gonna have tea left over, so I have 2 options. I can either get more bottles, wash bottles, figure it out, or I can let my tea in this big jug, I can just leave it. And I can make another batch right here. Or, say I'm short on vinegar, I could just cover it up and let it keep brewing and get really tart, and then use it in the place of apple cider vinegar. Which is what I do when I forget about my kombucha and it brews too long. You might have heard that kombucha is unhealthy, which is true. It can be unhealthy if you let it go. So if you let your tea brew for 3 weeks, it turns to vinegar, and then you drink it, that could be bad for your health. Don't do that. But kombucha is actually very good for you. It has probiotics, lots of B vitamins. All right, so I'm gonna put my top on, put it down. I'm gonna rinse these off because I got a mess on them. And that's it. That's how you bottle your kombucha. And this is referred to as F2, second ferment. So I'm gonna let it go for 2 days, taste it, and if it's sweet, I'll drink it. Don't let it go too vinegary. And from here, I would burp it, take the top off, let the pressure out, and then put it back on. And you can put it in the fridge just like this, and you can pull it out and have kombucha. There is fruit puree in here, so you might want to strain it first. So that's the benefit of making like a big growler bottle under pressure, say half gallon. And then you filter it out, strain it all out into smaller bottles, and then pull it out and it's ready to go. Otherwise, you'll have fruit fruit puree, or you could even have a baby SCOBY growing, which is not gross, it's just there. So that's how you do a second ferment. Let me know what you do, what flavors you make, and stay tuned. I will share the blog with the links that you can buy all of the supplies. If you have questions, let me know, and I will see you soon on Quarantine Cooking with Amanda. Now that I can see your comments, let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you later.